Have you ever stopped and thought about your favorite online community? It kind of feels like you're just renting a space in a giant mall owned by some tech company, right? Well, what if you could own the whole building? Today, we're diving into something called Web4. It's a huge shift in how our digital worlds get built, and it's all powered by this incredible tech on-device AI. So, yeah, let's get into it. All right, to really get this, we have to look at where we are right now. The internet we use every single day. Web 2, it connected us in amazing ways, but it definitely came with a catch. We're all hanging out inside these massive centralized platforms. And sure, they're nice, but they're basically walled gardens where our data isn't really ours. And this slide just lays out the core conflict perfectly. Over here in the Web 2 column, you've got the familiar story. Centralized platforms harvesting our data to feed these giant cloud-based AIs, all to sell us more stuff. But then, look at the Web 4 vision. It's the complete opposite. We're talking decentralized networks where you have data sovereignty. That means you're in charge. And the engine for all this? Super efficient on-device AI. The whole thing is driven by the community, not by advertisers. It's a massive, massive shift in thinking. Okay, so if Web 2 is the walled garden, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us right to the core promise of Web 4. And this isn't just another small update. This is about reclaiming the internet itself. It all boils down to this one powerful idea: digital sovereignty. Just think about it. Imagine your online community not as a bunch of users on someone else's platform, but as citizens of your very own digital city-state. You get to make the rules. You control the data. It's your space, period. So you're probably wondering, how is that even possible? It's built on something called trustless systems. Now, I know that sounds a little weird, right? But all it really means is that the system is built so you don't have to trust a big company to do the right thing. The rules of the road are baked right into the network itself, which allows for real, honest-to-goodness community control. Look, this all sounds fantastic in theory, but what's the actual tech that makes it all click? What's the magic sauce? This is where things get really, really cool. The engine driving Web 4 is a totally new way of thinking about AI, one that runs right on your phone. So, say hello to micro-language models, or MLMs. I want you to forget those giant, power-hungry AI models that live in some faraway data center. These are the exact opposite. They're small, they're lightweight, and they are laser-focused on doing just one or two things incredibly well, and they do it all from your device. And this number right here, this is what makes it all work. We are not talking about billions and billions of parameters. These super efficient models, like the ones Web4 AI is building, are around 270 million. That's the sweet spot. It makes them powerful enough to be genuinely useful, but small enough to run on your device, instantly. And that is absolutely key for speed and for privacy. So what does this actually mean for your privacy? Honestly, it's a total game changer. Just look at how simple this is. You create something, the little on-device MLM helps you out, and your sensitive data never, ever leaves your phone or your laptop. This isn't some promise in a privacy policy. It's privacy that's literally built into the architecture from the ground up. Okay, let's make this real. What can these MLMs actually do for you? Let's say you need some hashtags for a post. The micro hashtags model just scans your text and suggests them right then and there. Or maybe you're stuck trying to write a catchy caption. The micro T1 model can draft one up for you. All of it happens locally, privately, and in a blink. All right, so that's the user side of things, which is awesome. But now let's shift gears and look at how this technology empowers the people who are actually building and running these new digital spaces, the community managers and operators. The secret here is a concept called SNaaS. That's Social Networks as a Service. You can pretty much think of it as a complete platform in a box. It just erases that massive technical and financial hurdle so that anyone, not just a giant tech company, can launch their very own self-hosted sovereign social network. And when you're running that network, you've got these little AI agents working for you 24/7. For example, you've got the safety agent. It's like an automated moderator that can instantly flag content that breaks your community's specific rules, which helps keep the space safe and healthy for everyone. And then there's the engagement agent. This little helper can do things like draft welcome posts for new people joining, or even help write a community newsletter. It automates all those little jobs that are so crucial for making a community feel alive and growing. It's like having a tireless little assistant. But here's the part that is really, really powerful. This isn't some one-size-fits-all AI. Communities can actually fine-tune these models on their own data. That means the AI learns your unique slang, your inside jokes, your culture, making it so much more accurate and helpful than any generic model could ever hope to be. Now, for anyone who runs a community, you know that data is gold. But in Web4, you don't have to choose between getting insights and protecting your users. With on-premise data intelligence, all of that raw user data stays locked down inside your own secure system, always. So how does a manager get those insights without being a data scientist? Well, they can just ask, in plain English. A simple question, just like you'd ask a colleague. And boom, here's the magic. The AI agent gets the question, securely queries the database, and delivers back an instant, easy-to-read analysis. You get these incredible, actionable insights about what's going on, retention, sentiment, who your power users are, all without ever exposing a single piece of private data.
Okay, so we've covered the big ideas, the tech under the hood and the tools for the people running the show, but what does this future actually feel like for you and me, the everyday user?
Well, the whole experience is just smarter. The AI can give you amazingly relevant content recommendations, but because it's all local and private, it doesn't feel creepy or like you're being spied on. Imagine an app that automatically tags your posts so people can find them, or gives you a quick summary of a user's profile, or even suggests local events you'd actually want to go to. It's AI that is genuinely helpful without the surveillance. So, when you put it all together, you see that Web4 and on-device AI, they're not just a tech upgrade. They are a toolkit for building a better internet, one that's more decentralized, that's owned by users, and that actually respects our privacy from the very start. This tech basically hands the keys back to the communities and the creators, which really just leaves one last question for all of us. If you had the tools to build your own piece of the internet, what would you create?